Right, I am going to show you something fairly advanced, but for those of you who like to have systems that integrate and make your life easier, stick with it. So today I created a Google form, which is designed for people to, in fact, I'll just slide this over here. This is the tutorial that is in our team page using Google form for Fit Club inquiries. There's a step you can do also. So when somebody submits this, obviously I get a notification in my Gmail. That's worked. I've checked it already. And I've shown you how to make sure that you get an email notification in this tutorial that's on this page. However, when you have an email system set up, and I started a Flodesk email system last year or earlier this year, I want those people who are interested in the Fit Club to go onto my weekly newsletter automatically. So it saves me time having to put their email addresses in. I nearly always forget, which means that if they don't get the Fit Club, don't join up this time round, I might lose them, particularly if I haven't been able to connect with them on social media. So by adding them to my newsletter, which they can easily unsubscribe from if they want to, technically I never lose them. And I have to say, a newsletter is incredibly important when you are building your business. Ideally, you want to have a touch point to your prospects and people who are interested in what you're doing. I send out a weekly newsletter. Stick with what you can manage, whether that's twice a month or once a month. It's just a touch point for people to see your name showing up in their inbox regularly with value to offer. I always offer a freebie. I always share one of my more successful social media posts from that week. I always share my Menopause Monday, my latest Menopause Monday recording. And I often share a Shakeology testimonial as well, because it just helps to reinforce the benefits of Shakeology. So now on to the more tricky stuff. I've just made a Zap. It's with a free app called Zapier. I'm not paying for the paid option. I just had to go in and delete some of my old Zaps so that I could actually save this. And now I can't find my draft. So I'm going to actually do a Zap from scratch, and it will help you understand how to do this. So I'm going to go in. This is Zapier. This is the app I'm using. And I'm in my account already. This is my Zaps. I'm not going to go through all my Zaps. You see, this is 12 held Zap runs. This is from, there's another 12 people who tried to fill in my type form, who I'm never going to know who they were, because my type form only allows me 10 a month, and they all arrived yesterday. Technically, I had 22 people yesterday wanting information on the Fit Club. So it's a real bugger. So I've created that's the whole point of creating the Google form. And I've changed the link in my bio on my Instagram so that it defaults to my Google form, not my type form. So this is going to show you how to, I'm going to create a Zap. Okay, I'm just going to go through it with you. So I want to attach my Google Forms. So I'm going to type in Forms. So that is the event. So now I'm going to choose the event. So when, so that the trigger is the new form response triggers when a new form response is received. Yep, I want that one. So it'll just do, so press continue. So choose an account. So now I need to Google Forms, Kate Hartley, this one. That's my Zap. That's the account I'm choosing. That's my Gmail account. Okay. So continue. Did I just do that? I'm getting tired now. Okay. So these are the Google. This is now. This is taking me into my Google Forms now. I've connected my Google account already. If you're doing this, straight off, you will have to connect your Google account. So don't panic if they want to connect to your Google account. That's totally fine. So that is the form I need it to connect to. Okay, so continue. We'll find a recent response in your account to confirm that the right account is. So test the trigger. I tested out my Google form earlier on, and these are my answers. It looks like gobbledygook, so don't panic. But you can see Tone Up Scott, these are the choices I made. It's katehartleyuk@gmail.com. So it's definitely me. Okay. So I know it's working. All right. So we found a form response. So click continue. Now what do I want it to do? When it's found that Google form, then what do I want this to do? I want it to go into my Flodesk app, my email system, and I want it to add that person's contact, that email address, into my weekly newsletter. So now I'm going to look for Flodesk, and I'm just going to link that with it. Okay, now I've got to choose what is the event. So now it's found Flodesk, but now it's found Flodesk, what does it want me to do? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to, because as an existing subscriber, these people are probably not in my email list already. So I need to create a new subscriber. Okay, so that's what I want to click. So now I can press continue. So now I need to choose the account. That is my Flodesk Kate Hartley at the Kate Hartley. Yeah, that's my account. Okay, so that is the account I want to connect, and I press continue. Now this is the segment this subscriber should be added to. So I need to click in here, and I want to search. I know it's called newsletter, weekly newsletter, and it does eventually load up because I did this before. Okay, let's just come off that a second. Just make sure, what have I done there? Segment. Oh, hang on, I've got confused now. Maybe it was here. Choose value. Oh yeah, that's where I was looking. Use, come on, it was there. Let's have a little look. Load more. It did actually take me a little while to load them all up because I've actually got quite a lot of segments. So you can see each time I'm doing this, there's the Challenger monthly newsletter, but I want my weekly newsletter. So just keep loading and eventually it will pop up. You can see that I've got loads of various flows and things with, here you go, that's it, the weekly newsletter. Okay, so I click that. So now it's found that segment. So which segment this is, so that is essentially when the Google form is submitted to Flodesk, it will grab the email address and the first name and the last name from that Google form and put it into my weekly newsletter segment in Flodesk. Okay, so now here we go. Obviously it needs the email. So you click here, and this looks like gobbledygook as well. Click that. Okay, because I did a test submission into my Google form, so that's why it's my email. That you could just do that. I'm going to also want their first name because when I send an email, it's personalized. So it always starts with hi, name. So I'm going to go down here and find where the first name is. Here you go, Kate. I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to go. The only reason I'm closing that is because it's going over these options here. Last name. I'm going to go and find my last name. And I know this was my test because I did a silly last name, Harfer. Okay. That's really all I need. I don't need anything else because I'm not tracking anything else. To add somebody to my weekly newsletter, all I need is their email address, their first name and their last name. Okay. In fact, I really only need their first name, but I do get their last name too. So I press continue. Test action. So it says here, send subscriber to Flodesk. To test Flodesk, we need to create a new subscriber. This is what will be created. To test the action. A subscriber was sent to Flodesk about 2 seconds ago. So I'm going to go into my Flodesk and you can see there I am. Okay. I've been added to the weekly newsletter segment. I'll just refresh that just in case it puts me in twice. No, it doesn't. It actually is quite clever. It does recognize when you've already got somebody in there. So my zap has worked. So I'm just going to move this out of the way because it's, so now I'm going to title that zap. So I'm going to do Google Forms to Flodesk weekly newsletter. So I know what it is. And now I can publish that zap, which means that every single time somebody fills in that Google form and sends it to me, Zapier, this like bridging app, will immediately and automatically put that person's details into my weekly newsletter email list. So I don't even have to think about it. Your zap is on. Transfer existing data, then create a form response in Google Forms to try it out. Okay, I can transfer existing. There's no data in it because there's only me that I just signed it up. I just did it earlier. I've only just made it today, so loaded one record. But that's picked me up. That was my test that I ran earlier. So it's working. So I know it comes across as a little bit tricky, but if you just follow those tips that I've just shared with you, it will save you so much time. The first time I ran this, I did Zapier. I used to link my Typeform with my Streak and my Gmail, etc. And the first time I did it, it was just like, I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work or not. And it did. It does look a bit confusing, but if you're trying to do this and you can't make it work, just let me know and we'll do a screen share so that I can help you through it. But it saves you time. You're allowed 5 free zaps on the free Zapier account. Okay, so don't make loads and loads of zaps, but make the ones that count the most. And if you've got a newsletter, you definitely want to be automatically adding your form submission email contact people into your weekly news or your newsletter, so that your newsletter is constantly building and that you never lose these people unless they actively unsubscribe from you. And if they've actively unsubscribed, they just weren't your people anyway. So I hope that helps, and message me if you've got any questions.